Good morning. In this tutorial, we are going to look at plotting daily stock returns. In order to do that, we need to go to Yahoo Finance, download daily stock returns for a company of our choice, the same company that we used in the last tutorial for plotting monthly share price. We'll download the daily data, and then we will make a chart. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance, and I am going to ask for daily data for the month of February 2013. I adjust my start date to February 1st and my end date to February 28th. And then I click Get Prices. Once the prices have come up, I double check the 1st to the 28th. There are some dates missing because we only have the stock market open on Monday through Friday. So there'll be 5 dates, then a weekend, 5 dates, then a weekend, and that's how it's supposed to look. I right click to save the link as. Your computer may allow you to download it directly, but mine doesn't. When I do that, I need to change the name of the file, but keep the file extension .csv, and I'm going to call it For Daily February. Great, here it comes. So I'm going to open it up, and I don't want to keep it in this spreadsheet because I want it to be in my regular lecture spreadsheet. So I'm going to copy this data and then I'm going to close the file. It wants me to make sure that I tell it whether or not I want to keep what I just copied on the clipboard, and I do. So with this file closed, now I'm in my regular lecture spreadsheet, the same one we used for the last tutorial. And I am just going to insert the data that we just brought over on daily returns. Before I move on, I'm going to insert a row up here so that I know what I've got on the sheet so that I don't later find myself confused. What is this that I have here? So it's just going to be Ford Motor Company prices and daily returns, February 2013. Perfect. All right, now that I've done that, I can get rid of my opening price, my high for the day, my low for the day, my closing price, and my volume, because I just need my adjusted closing price. And I'm going to do a brief moment of formatting. Great. So I've got my dates here. I've got my closing prices here. My first step is going to be to sort these by order of date. I want the 1st of the month at the top and the 28th of the month at the bottom. So I'm going to choose my sort function, and it will do it for me. Next step is to calculate my daily returns. Pardon me while I do some formatting. Okay, so the daily return formula is going to be the same as any return formula, where I say my return for this particular day is going to be my new value divided by my old value minus 1. Now, if your dates aren't ordered from the 1st to the 28th, you're going to have a really screwy result, and your results are going to not give us any information. They're not going to be meaningful. So you need to make sure that you're calculating the returns in the right order. Again, I'm going to say between the 5th and the 4th, we've got our new date divided by our old date, or our old price, minus 1. I'm going to give you a couple of formulas so that you can see what I've done without having to rewind the video. Then once I'm here, I'm going to right-click. I'm going to highlight all of these, and I'm going to format them as parentheses with 2 decimal places. So now I have my adjusted closing price and my daily returns. Well, what we need to do is plot the daily returns. So to plot the daily returns, we need the dates and we need the returns. We don't need the adjusted closing prices. So I highlight dates, I hit Command or Control if you're on a PC, and then I highlight my daily returns. I don't need the 1st because I don't have a daily return for that date. Great. Once they're both highlighted, I choose a chart. I'm going to choose a line chart, and I'm going to choose a marked line chart. There it goes. It shows up, and it looks like it's supposed to. Now all I have to do is format this chart. So my chart title is Ford Daily Returns for February 2013. Since we've got daily returns and we've got dates here and percentages here, I'm not even going to keep that axis title. I'm going to bring it up here so it's all close together. I'm going to save my spreadsheet, and we're going to call that plotting done. In terms of interpretation, we can see that the amount that the stock gains or loses on any day is very, very variable. Very, very variable. So we can see again in this chart the risk associated with stock returns, that the predictability of a daily return on a set of stocks or on an individual stock is very low. It's extremely hard to predict, therefore risky.